Well, this is the Anclote Point Townhomes. It's a community of 26 townhomes individually owned. And we had to decide how we wanted to finish the landscaping and manage our own property.
Well, the reason I wanted to do the yard the way that we did it is because I watched one of my neighbors fight with turf grass, and I decided I didn't want to do that. I was also looking to have more leisure time, and I didn't want to be mowing every week and doing whatever I needed to do to get rid of chinch bugs. So that was one of the big reasons. The other reason was I believed in water conservation, and one way to do that was to do the micro irrigation. I don't have to water as much, and I really don't have to spend a lot of time on my yard. It just kind of does its own thing, and I have to just go out there and keep it clean about once a month.
I'd never lived in a community property before, so I called on the Pinellas County Extension Service, Doris Heitzman, and she came out and gave us some ideas. The bigger mature trees were obviously here before we got here, and some of the plants out front were here, but we decided that we would change the plants that are in front of the buildings because they were, they were not Florida friendly, and we were concerned about using up too much water. We decided that we wanted to make the place a little nicer. Doris, one of her recommendations is to get rid of as much turf as you can, because turf is a big water user. So, and put in some shrubs and bushes and things that are Florida friendly and also butterfly friendly. We have a little butterfly garden on the property, and we would be that way using a lot less water.
I wanted to highlight the house, but also highlight the yard. So I chose the appropriate plants to have color over here, to have repetition and pattern over there. And I also made sure that I grouped the plants so that like plants that need the same amount of water actually had the same amount of water and on the same zones and things like that.
I didn't know anything about landscaping, or very little about landscaping, so I got a booklet, a guide to Florida-friendly landscaping. And she told me that you need something that you need plants that take a lot of sun, most of them. Most of them have to be salt tolerant, because we're on a salt marsh and a salt water river. And they also have to be drought tolerant. You don't have to overwater these things. They actually take moisture from the air, they take moisture from the dew, and a little bit of moisture that we put on them is all they need. The most important thing for other communities to know is that you're not in this all by yourselves. There are others out here like us who will give you some ideas. The Pinellas County Extension Service will give you ideas. Your landscaper will give you ideas. Your residents will give you ideas.
Well, my yard makes me feel really good, and it contributes to the greater Tampa Bay community because I'm conserving water. It serves as an example of how you can conserve water, the plants that you can use. And it's really, gratifying when I'm sitting out on my front porch swing, just enjoying the smells or the birds or watching the butterflies, and people walk by and say, "Oh, this is a great landscape. What's this? What's that?"
I'm Jerry Baden from Pinellas County, and I am WaterWise.
I'm Beth Eisenfeld, City of Tampa, and I'm WaterWise.